Hello, I'm River Enoch, and welcome to Unlocking the Truth. This is my very first video. It has taken me quite a while to do this. I want to say that the thought, the idea started a couple years ago, and I kept saying, yeah, I'll do it. I'll make some videos. I consider myself a truth seeker. I'm always looking for the truth. When I say the truth, I mean like about myself, about life, about spirituality. I was brought up pretty religious. My parents were Catholics, and we'll go to church, as a family. It didn't really mean that much to me. I understood that there were a God. But I guess I just wasn't really impressed with the church. But I still enjoyed it. It was a family activity to do, so I was accustomed to that lifestyle. But throughout my life, I would ask a lot of questions. And I started to not go to church anymore, at least the Catholic Church. And I experienced with a few other religions. And I came to the same conclusion. I mean, it just felt like, yeah, I was getting some truth. And some religion seemed like they got closer to the truth. But I just still felt like there were something missing, like I'm not getting the whole truth. And I started to think, does anybody has the truth? Which is a lot of us, don't really think like that. At first I didn't think like that, but I guess I came to that realization once I looked at a dead body, and then it dawned on me. I said, look at this vessel. It looked like a vessel. It just looked like someone was riding in it, and poof, their spirit is no longer there. So it made me realize we gotta have, we're not just physical. We have a physical body, and we also have a spirit, because how can you explain a body that's alive and one that's dead? So I guess that really piqued my interest into spirituality. But I've been through many stages, in life, with my progression. And I got to a point in life where I rebelled against God. And it was more like, when a child is seeking attention, they're not getting it when they're feeling like they're doing the right thing. So then they're like, you know what? Well, then fuck it. Maybe I shouldn't do the right thing. Maybe then my parent will notice me. So I was in that rebellion stage with God. So I was like, I'm gonna live my life like I don't have rules. And when I did that, I attracted events in my life to correct my soul condition. So when I attracted a traumatic event in my life, that event changed everything. Because for me, I felt like that was my answer. That, yeah, God exists. And you rebelled. So something happened to you. Now, when people hear this, they're thinking I'm talking about like a revengeful God, or one that punishes because you're exercising your own free will that she gave to you. No, that's not what I mean. What I mean about that is that God has laws to the universe, laws to his creation, and the law remains the law. Whether you abide to the law or you don't, that's up to you, but the law doesn't change. So there are certain laws that's in the universe. When you do certain things, you attract events in your life based upon your soul condition, based upon all the things that you're feeding into your soul. So when I attracted this event into my life, I took it as an opportunity to get closer to God. I took it as an opportunity to understand, why me? You mean to tell me I was worse than the murderers, than the rapists? Just because I rebelled, something like this would happen to me? I wanted to understand, but why? Could it be that my rebellion created this trauma to happen? I wanted some answers. I turned to the only book I've known all my life to get answers about spirituality. So I started to read the Bible a lot. For a couple years, I read the Bible. Almost read the whole thing. Definitely the New Testament. The old one, there are a few books in there that I had a harder time keeping focus on. But yeah, so reading the Bible, I learned a lot. And not just about me or my creator, but also about religion. Also about how one can understand something a certain way and then tell it to you, but when you read it for yourself, you're like, wait, that's not what it's saying, you know? So it's very important to investigate for our own. So when I would read the Bible, I just felt like this is an amazing book, but it's full of codes. It's full of metaphors. And I could sense that the people that wrote it had a pure heart, but they still had errors. They were still human, mere humans. And who had connection to angels, sure. But they were still humans. And humans certainly can make mistakes. Humans can certainly understand one thing just based up on their own experience. and share. So there was so much I was able to understand about the Bible that I was like, this can be it. It cannot be the only book. I want to know, are there more books out there like this one that teach about spirituality? And then it piqued my curiosity with Enoch. I said, where did Enoch go? How did he just disappear? Where are all this dimension he's talking about? And where is his book? Why is it not in the Bible? So I was like, okay, let me find the book of Enoch and read that. So I did that. And before I did that, I was under the influence of some, pastors. And this suggested that I did not read the book of Enoch. This suggested that I just stick to the Bible, just that one book. But I had to go with what felt right inside of me, and that was to investigate, which is to find out the truth. Truth seeker. That's who I am. That's what I am. So I'm gonna look for it. So I did find the book of Enoch, and I read most of it. But it got to a point where I said, you know what? I'm gonna continue when I have a better understanding or a better perspective on what I'm reading. Because you can give a 5-year-old a book that's meant for adults. They're only going to be able to understand what makes sense at the moment based upon their level of understanding. So the book of Enoch got really deep to the point where I started to realize I'm not quite understanding this because it doesn't make sense into this realm. Therefore, let me take a break. One day, when I expand my knowledge, I'll get back to finishing the rest. And I do take that approach on a lot of things. When I'm realizing that I'm not understanding it, instead of creating confusion, I pause. I'll come back to it when I have a better understanding of the subject. So to keep this video brief, because it's my first one, and there's just so much to talk about, and I don't want to lose focus. But what I can leave you with tonight is start doing investigation for yourself. Start questioning things. Could the Bible be the only book out there? Why does one has a body, has a spirit, and the other one doesn't? Where does the spirit go? Where did that energy go? Do we have a spirit body? And does that spirit body affect our physical body? Those are things to think about. I'm going to be uploading a video every week. I will do my best to upload a video every week, and I will just ask God for his guidance on what subject to discuss. And I'm excited because this is what I like to do. I like to talk about spirituality, and not many people like to listen to that. So if you're all about spirituality and you're trying to unlock the truth about life, join me on this journey, and and subscribe. And we're going to